Hello again. Okay, part 3 of my psych project. We will be discussing early childhood and middle childhood and adolescence if we get to it. Alright, so early childhood, Maslow. Children go through physiological needs and safety needs again. Show a little representation. They're going through these two. They need these two at this age. So they're growing children, they need to be fed, they need to sleep, they need to play. Safety, again, they need to play and they need to feel safe while they play so that there's a healthy attachment between like the mother and the child, so they need to feel safe with their parents, otherwise it won't be a healthy attachment and they won't feel that safety to go play. In the Erikson stage, they are going through, again, there's a little bit of overlap there. They're going through autonomy versus shame and doubt, as well as initiative versus guilt. So autonomy versus shame and doubt during this stage is, again, they're still learning to walk and jump and run, but to do that, they need to trust in their abilities. So, you know, to go from walking to running, they have to have that autonomy. And also, they're going through initiative versus guilt. So again, they're struggling kind of similar to autonomy versus shame and doubt, but in this case it's with the environment instead of their own physical capabilities. So they're struggling to control their environment, and they need to exercise newfound power properly or they feel guilt over it. So a success under Maslow's physiological and safety needs in this stage of development, the child is healthy, safe, enabling him to play and develop, again, you know, pretty similar to the last one. Failure would be that the child is unhealthy, unsafe, doesn't feel safe, and doesn't have that confidence to go play because of it. So a success under Erikson's autonomy versus shame and doubt and initiative versus guilt, the child becomes confident in physical capabilities and develops control in the environment. So a failure would be that the child doubts his abilities and feels guilt for his actions. So maybe he's playing and, you know, he doesn't exercise his power properly and he hurts someone or hurts someone's feeling and then he feels guilt over it. So an interaction of the two will be that the child is healthy, he's safe, and he trusts his abilities to walk and to run. He feels safe enough to explore. He learns what is right, he learns what is wrong through initiative versus guilt. And personal relation. So actually last Christmas my little cousin came from Florida, and I know he was in early childhood. I'm not exactly how sure he is. We don't see him very often. But we were playing on the stairs. He was kind of crawling up the stairs. You know, he was using his safety of me because he, you know, had grown accustomed to me over the week that he was there. He felt safe with me, so he was playing, and it was just him and me, and he was running up and down the stairs, or kind of crawling really, because he was, you know, doesn't have long legs, but he was crawling up the stairs, and he was throwing down little Santa bears that we have, and he was just chucking them down at me. And one of them actually had like a hard hat, and it hit me in the face, and I got kind of upset because it hurt, and then he felt guilt. So he was struggling with that autonomy, because he was trusting his physical abilities as well to go up the stairs. And then initiative versus guilt is what he was struggling with, because he felt guilty for exercising his power in a wrong way by throwing the teddy bear at me and hurting me. Alright, so middle childhood, Maslow, physiological, they go through physiological, they go through safety, but they also develop into the love and belonging stage here. So physiological, again, they need food, they need water, they need the basic necessities. Safety, they need shelter, they need stability at this age. But they also go into love and belonging as well. They need relationships, they need friends, they need people. Erikson, this is the industry versus inferiority stage. So, you know, going through school, they have to adapt to educational demands and new social ones as well. So whether or not they're able to cope with these new demands and adhere to them determines their competence versus the feeling of inferiority, like they're not good enough, you know. A success in Maslow's physiological safety and love and belonging is that they're nourished, they're well fed, they have all the necessities, their safety, you know, they're stable, they're in a good health, they're in a good environment. Love, they have friendships, and they have close relationships with family. Success for Erickson. This could be, you know, they feel capable in school, and they feel like they're smart, you know, they have a good social life, they have friends that they want to hang out with. A failure would be that the child doesn't feel adequate in school, you know, maybe they're coming home and they say, I don't feel smart enough for this, or, you know, the other kids are smarter than I am, or, you know, maybe they don't have stable relationships, they don't know how to adhere to that new social life, and they feel bad because of it. You know, maybe they're still struggling with that guilt in the last stage for, you know, maybe hurting them or not knowing exactly how to talk with them. Interaction. So the child is better able to cope with new demands like school and social lives if he has loving relationships, and he has friends, and he has a good, you know, home life. Personal relation. So when I was a kid, I had like a new friend every like 6 months, like a new best friend, you know, and so I wasn't really stable in all of my friendships. I think I struggled adhering to the social demands that were new to me going through school. And I wasn't a very good student either. I often got like unsatisfactory. I know that the grading systems are different in elementary school, but I would often get unsatisfactory grades or satisfactory, but I never got like the excellent. And I think maybe because of my like unstable relationships going through elementary school, maybe that had something to do with it. I wasn't as like focused on school. I was trying to like, you know, adhere to these new social demands. Alright. I will do adolescence in the next video just because this one's getting kind of long.